Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be making a long-awaited video for me. I'm going to be painting my engine bay on my Camaro. You can see here, the car was originally gray, and before I put this motor in the car, I went and I painted the bay. I did a base coat, clear coat, and you can see all the clear coat is basically cracking, I guess, from the heat. And not only that, I just wanted to match the outside of the car. So this is probably going to be a two-part video. First video is going to be taking everything apart, you know, the prep work, sanding everything down, and then the second video is going to be actually painting the bay and putting everything back together. So I'm going to start now by jacking up the car. I am going to pull the front bumper. I'm going to pull the AC box, radiator, condenser, battery, all the wiring except for what's on the motor. I might pull the intake, and then basically I'm just going to wrap the motor up and spray around it. Not sure if I'm taking out the brake booster. I might just try to tape around it. I'll have to see once I get everything else out how much room there really is to get in there. The AC, I did have it evacuated. I did that a few weeks ago, so there's no gas in the AC. That's ready to come out. I'm gonna see what the evaporator looks like. It's the original evaporator, so if it's all like clogged up, I might just order one. So yeah, let's get started. All right, there we go. The car is in the air on jack stands. I got my very expensive, high quality wheel chock. So I'm gonna set up the time lapse and start taking this bumper off. All right, also before I get started, for anyone that has a third gen that hasn't actually pulled the bumper off these cars, it's not too difficult. I have the air dam under here, so I gotta pull that out first. There's just this plastic piece, there's some bolts on the lip, and that's to the back of the bumper under there. So those aren't too bad to get to. And then I'm gonna pull it with the lip attached. Then there are 3 bolts going through here. There's like a bracket with studs, so it's literally like 1, 2, 3, actually there's 4 of them. And then there's a screw back here for the lip. And what else? And then you got these up here that are holding the headlight assembly in. So there's one here. There's supposed to be one down there. I'm missing one. I guess I didn't put it back when I put the bumper back on. Here, I got it painted. And same thing, there's one on that side. And one up here also. So yeah, let's get this thing off. just to show you what I'm talking about, here's inside the fender where you have the two clips that hold the chin spoiler on. So basically the spoiler has this tab on it, it clips through the fender, and these clips go through. And that's what holds the end of the spoiler here against the fender. And there they are. Alright, update. Here's where I'm at right now. I got the radiator, condenser out. Everything on this side of the bay is out. All the wiring, AC box, all my fan relays, battery, hold down. I got the intake off. Heater hose is out of the way. The entire headlight harness is pulled out and just hanging here for now. I got to pull the rest out through behind the booster over there. A couple of things I ran into. The heater hoses were stuck on the heater core for some reason. They were a pain in the ass to get off. Took me a little bit to get them off. I ran into a problem over here where I ran into the fan wiring through the original loom. I taped that up really well, so that was a pain in the ass to get out. I have all my wiring just tucked away in here. I labeled everything. This is the ground for the fans coming out of the car. Here are my two wiring harnesses here for the fans. Same thing. The parts I had to cut where I didn't have connectors, I just labeled them. Left fan and right fan. My little power distribution block here. So this is the whole pusher fan harness. This is the whole harness for the regular fans. Same thing. Cut everything. Labeled where it's going. Labeled the grounds. So that's going to go back together, no problem. I might clean it up a little more. Wrap the exposed wires, and it'll be neater when it goes back in. So right now, I'm going to focus on this side of the bay. I got to take out the wiper motor, get the master cylinder off, the siren here for the alarm, clutch master reservoir. I'm probably going to take out the steering shaft, the cooler down here for the power steering. I think I'm going to take that off and just kind of slide it over so I could get in here to paint. I got to take the like I said, the headlight harness out. I might disconnect the rest of the engine harness and just have it come along this way and wrap it around the header just so I could get back here and not get any paint on the wires. You can see here's the harness is actually coming in now. Once the box is out, that's coming out from inside the car. And then in here, it's a little bit of a mess, but I took the cover off. The harness comes through here, if you can see that. And then I have my relay box for the fuel pump, and my PCM is mounted up there. So if anyone was wondering where that was, and here's my the box I use for the speed signal to adjust the signal with the gears and the tire size. So that's how I have my speedometer working. All right, so here we are. Pretty much everything I wanted to remove is removed. I went and I took this stuff out. My battery was dead on my camera. I couldn't set up the time lapse, but basically I just disconnected the master. I moved it over. I pulled the harness out over here, coming through the firewall. Took the speaker out for the alarm. I did end up taking the steering box out because it's been leaking for a while, so I figured I might as well take it out now. I'll rebuild it. I can get in there better with the paint. You can see it's been leaking for a while, and it like leaked all over my tie rod boot down there. I gotta get another boot. I'm gonna leave the booster because I really don't feel like pulling that out. That's a whole nother animal going in there. I have to disconnect the clutch linkage. I gotta take the pedals out. It's a big thing, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. I think I could get around there. I might just pick up a smaller airbrush and I could get under there. But this, for the most part, this is all out of the way. I can tape off the master. I think I could get in there with the gun, no problem, especially back here. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. Yeah, here's the box. You can see it's been leaking for a long time. It is the original box, except this is an IROC box. So I have the closer ratio opposed to the stock base model box that was in here. But I'm just going to get a seal kit. I'll probably do the seal down here, do the seal over here, and that'll be it. I'm not going to do like an entire rebuild. That'll be another video. So yeah, this is going to be probably a 3-part video. Next video is going to be sanding all this down, degreasing everything, getting it ready for paint, maybe spray some primer. Then the final video will probably be actually spraying the base coat, the clear coat, and putting everything back together.